Good morning. Good morning. Man, y'all are in here early. Greg New is the first one. If y'all can hear me, give me a 2 before. We'll make sure we're live and all that stuff. And Miss Sharon is here, one of the best moderators ever. So, Greg, I appreciate you being here. And yes, you are first. And already Shelly is texting me this morning. So, all right. Any confusion? I've got liquid IV in my Dr. Pepper bottle because you can mix, you can take liquid IV and mix it with a spoon or something like that. And it does okay, but I had an empty bottle and I was like, I'm going to fill it up with my liquid IV and put it in there. And then you can shake it up real good and it just mixes so much better. And I'm drinking, it is the orange dreamsicle, I think is what it is. It's like the orange vanilla, like those popsicles you used to get. So that's what it is. I'm drinking that this morning because we're getting ready to head outside and sweat our butts off working on some epoxy floors again. So, but I appreciate y'all being in here. Chantel is in here. Good morning. Greg's in here. Greg, I appreciate it. Bill Warner's here. So good morning, everybody. It is going to be, let's check the weather. I don't know. I know it's going to be 90 something today, and I'm not super excited about that. Let's see. Well, today it says it's going to be 89, so it's going to be perfect outside. So, but no, this weather has been nasty, and it's not super fun. I am tired of summer, and I absolutely, when it's super hot like this, I absolutely hate it. R. Moody, good morning from Scott County. I don't think I've seen you in here before. I appreciate you being in here. All right, Shelly and I did our live last night, festival recap. If y'all did not watch that, run by, take a watch from it. It was some good stuff. I like doing lives with other people. It's fun. I enjoy doing our podcast. We're going to get back on track doing that here pretty soon. And I just enjoy doing that. I'm glad y'all tune in and listen to it. And Jacob, just attended my first KSL seminar this past weekend. Had a blast and learned a lot. Hey, Jacob, I appreciate it a bunch. I appreciate you being in here. And Miss Sharon is 76 degrees, real feel 91 already. Yeah, it's absolutely miserable. I have not been outside this morning. I'll be honest, truth in advertising. I woke up kind of late because I was dead tired. We went swimming right after Shelly and I got off here. My youngest one was like, hey, Dad, can we go swimming? I was like, yes, we'll go down to Granny's house and go swimming. So we swam for, I don't know, an hour and a half, 2 hours. And that just, and I was just floating around in the pool relaxing. But for some reason, it absolutely just makes you tired as can be. So I was relaxing in the pool, came back here and just passed out when we got back home. So I'm still a little tired. Let me see, Bill. I forgot to tell you on the subject of cattle last night. I'm a certified AI insemination tech for cattle, and I also know how to AI pigs. That's pretty cool, Bill. We on my cow, we've got Ginger. We have what is it? Select Sires. The Select Sires guy comes through here all the time to go to a dairy farm down the road. And he's like, if you want me to, he said, we'll come and do your cow because she's tame as can be. He's like, we'll do your cow for $100 plus the straw. And I'm like, hey, that works. So that's what we've been doing with her. But now when we take Ginger up to Shelly's, because Ginger's going to move to Shelly's house pretty soon. As soon as we get her up there, I've got to figure out what we're going to do because I don't know if he'll come all the way over to Metcalfe County and do that. So we're gonna cross that bridge when we get there. Michael Hamilton, good morning to you. Mike Shepard, good morning. Mike is on his way to come and help me today. We're going to finish up the epoxy. We got one more coat of epoxy, or we got one more clear coat. We got a clear coat to put on there today and then touch up a couple spots in the basement, and we are done with that job for the week. And then Monday, I've got to roll back over there and slide all his stuff. He had a bunch of stuff in the garage, so we're going to slide it back in there for him and do that. But it will be done, so hopefully it'll be a semi-short day today. Chantel finished mowing and came in just as y'all were signing off. Yeah, it was hot. I mean, I've got to mow my yard, and I'm not looking forward to it whatsoever. And Bill says that's who his certification is through, Select Sires. All right. Rocky, I use Rocky, Haas, and Boris, Michael. Okay. Let me see. R. Moody. Yes, first time on message. Listen quite frequently. More of a listener and learner. Appreciate y'all. Have a great day. Stay cool. Yes, we're going to try to stay cool. So, let me see. Bill. Man, the chat's going good. This is what I like, is when everybody is chatting and stuff, and I have a hard time keeping up with it. Had a 98.9% conception rate over a 5-year period. Man, that is pretty stinking good, Bill. So, stray kitten. Inseminating animals seems wrong to me, but what do I know? Well, all right, stray kitten. Sometimes it's not feasible to keep a bull. Right here on my property on a small acreage, it's just not feasible to keep a bull here because that bull only needs to do something for a few minutes once a year. So it's like you're going to have to feed this bull year round for him to do his deed once a year. It's just not feasible for smaller property owners or people that just have a couple cows. And then also, and Bill will tell you, it's always been a thing on dairy farms. For some reason, dairy bulls are just god awful mean. From everything I've learned. I've never been around dairy bulls, but they always say dairy bulls are just mean as can be. So that's why they do a lot of artificial insemination on that. Now, I will tell you, in the horse industry, it's pretty much artificial insemination all the time, because I worked for the vet that used to come to church with us, and we that was one of his big mainstays was AI and horses. So, and then plus you can get the genetics that you want. If there's a bull all the way across the country and you want that genetics in your herd and everything, then you can get those genetics, all the way across the country with just frozen semen in a straw coming in liquid nitrogen. So, let me see. Stephanie, awesome festival last weekend. Thank y'all so much for all the work that you went through making it happen. Stephanie, we appreciate it. And it's like we said last night, we do it for y'all and to meet people like that. It's a fun time. I love it. I love meeting the people that come to it, and especially, new speakers and stuff like that. I mean, I make friends every time we do one of these, and that's the joy in doing it. We do it so people like y'all can come to it and learn about it, and help us make it better. If y'all say, hey, we're really interested in doing this, tell us. We like people's feedback on everything. And let me see. Yeah, and Bill says for a small farm, AI is nearly a necessity. And Greg, yeah, big boars can be problematic as well. Exactly. I mean, you get a big mean boar. I mean, those guys will go through whatever they want to. I mean, there's nothing that's going to stop them short of a 10-foot tall concrete wall, probably. And they might, if you give them enough time, they could probably get through a 10-foot tall concrete wall. Yeah. But I wouldn't feel right doing his deed. It's some people can, some people not. I mean, it's kind of one of those things. And then Bill says Jersey and Holstein bulls are notorious for being very aggressive. Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Part of it is a safety factor, and part of it is just a financial factor too, of keeping a male animal when you just need it, one time a year. Now, on a smaller scale, if you got like my sheep, we keep a ram with them, and because I mean the ram's not going to eat that much. We're servicing several ewes, and we let them go. We let them go. We let the ram stay in there year round. Whenever the ewes come in heat, he goes ahead and does his thing, and then everything's fine. So on that, the feasibility of keeping a ram here, we let them do that and let them do their thing. So, I can tell you, stray kitten, there's nothing more romantic than being arm deep up a cow's butt. Yes, I've been arm deep in a cow. I've been arm deep in a horse, and none of it's real romantic. So it's a cool skill to have and know a little bit about doing it. So it's not fun. I wouldn't want to do it every day. I'll tell you that much. It's not kind of perversion to get the semen. All right. You can collect the semen, and that's going to be a rabbit hole that I don't know if we'll get down today. But Bill, if you want to put how they collect semen in the comments, people can see how they collect semen in the comments. I'm not going to go. I'm not going to go in. I'm not going to go into that live. I mean, but Bill, if you want to put it in the comments, tell people how they collect semen. It's kind of funny. Yeah, we would have to tread lightly if I started talking about that. Miss Sharon, thank you for putting that in there. Yeah, Retro Warrior Coffee. Use the code Homestead to get 50% off a sample pack. I've still got to talk to Lisa and get y'all a coupon code on your subscriptions. I've just been horribly swamped and everything else, so I'm going to try to get a hold of Lisa today, get y'all a coupon code for a subscription to get 10-15% off your subscription on that. So hopefully I'll talk to her today or this weekend, and we'll get it all figured out by Tuesday morning. So and then Bill, so Stray Kitten there, Bill has got you on there, has got a comment for you there. Good morning, Rosie. All right. Now that we've delved down the artificial insemination world, we'll try to get back on track. Shelly would have been putting her head down and rolling her eyes, getting off in that tangent of stuff. So, all right, guys, combat. Here, let me see. Let me see. Stray Kitten. I remember seeing a Ron White skit about breeding his dog. Afraid dog would follow him around saying, "I have no thumbs." Hey, it's I don't know. All right, Combat Midwife. Talking about birthing and stuff like that. Combat Midwife is going to be down here in Bowling Green, October 25th. To teach her birthing class and female issue class, stuff like that. Essentially, it's kind of like how to deliver a baby if there's no help around. She's going to show you all that stuff, how to deal with the after effects and all that. So she's going to be down here October 25th teaching. It's a one-day class. I think it's like 8 or a 10-hour class. She's going to be here. Use the code KSL to get some money off the price. That is our coupon code that she's given us, so everybody that watches this can use that code, and I think it takes like $40 or something off the price. So I will tell you, it isn't one of the more expensive classes that we're going to have, but it's packed full of stuff. This woman is an expert in her field. I'm super excited to take the class. As far as me and my wife having kids, anything like that, those days are past. We're not planning on having any more kids, but I still want to have that knowledge that if we need it one of these days, I can help. I mean, think about it. You're driving down the road. I tell you, Evan at Radio Made Easy, he actually helped deliver one of his kids. They were driving to the hospital and they had to stop, and he helped deliver one of his kids. So, I mean, It's practical stuff. Yes, it's birthing, and some people are going to say, well, women just need to do that. No, guys can go to that too. So I'm excited about doing that and everything. It's going to be a fun class. Also, I am headed down to Tactical Response in Camden, Tennessee. I'm going to be down there August 30th and 31st. I'm taking, and I bought Immediate Action Medical. I bought that class at the auction, at the Caleb House auction Saturday night. So I bought a spot in that class, and I'm going to be taking their class, Immediate Action Medical. I'm excited about that. I've heard it's an amazing class, and I enjoy taking medical classes. I've taken a lot of medical classes and gotten trained up on that stuff. So Immediate Action Medical, I'll be down there August 30th and 31st at Tactical Response, and then October 25th, Combat Midwife is going to be here. Is going to be here in Bowling Green. Same place we have the festival is where we'll be doing that class. Also, first aid and medical kits. We've got everything in stock except for red IFAKs, and I have to order today some red IFAKs. I've been putting it off and forgetting, so we'll have red IFAKs in probably next week. We'll have those. We've also, if you want an OSHA kit, that is the red kit right up there. We can get you an OSHA compliant kit. That one, as soon as I get it put together, is going to go in my job trailer. We're going to throw it in there, and then you're going to have everything you need to treat any kind of incident on your workplace. We'll have it there and take care of everything on that. So, but we've also got right there vehicle medical bags. We got those in green and black. There's another vehicle medical bag up there. IFAKs, we've got those. We're going to be doing something cool with our IFAKs, and as soon as the stuff comes in, we're going to relaunch some new stuff on there. So just wait for that. But yeah, if you need any first aid kits, medical supplies, hit up the website. We can get that stuff shipped out ASAP. And Greg, yes, stop by for me on your way home. Hey, I will hold you to that, Greg. I'll probably hit, I don't know, I might go down there a day early and hang out with the people at Tactical Response, see what they've got going on. And I always like doing that. We'll probably do some videos. I did a live with Kayla one night, and she told me, she's like, this is fun. We need to do it again. So I might slide down there a day early and us do a live or something like that. And then Bill, I have a peanut butter banana smoothie with homemade chocolate syrup for breakfast. It's like a Reese's peanut butter cup milkshake. Man, that sounds good. I would probably hit one of those if I had one right now. So, hey, another thing, I appreciate this. We hit 3,000 subscribers yesterday. I had a break, and I pulled up my phone and was looking at something, and I got the notification. It's like, you've hit 3,000 subscribers. So I'm like, heck yeah, we must be doing something right if 3,000 people have subscribed to the channel. I'm excited about that. It's like we can only go up from here. So the next step, we'll hit 4,000. So I appreciate all of you that have subscribed to the channel. It's pretty neat. I'm excited about that. Nathaniel Bowman, good morning. And Tina, good morning. And this is first time catching you live. Hey, Tina, I appreciate it a bunch. I appreciate you being in here. So, but yeah, we've hit 3,000 subscribers. I would like to hit, it would be amazing if we could hit 4,000 subscribers pretty quick and then hit 5,000. So, and I don't know what I would do if we got it to 10,000. Then it'd be like, holy crap, we're at 10,000 subscribers. I don't really know what I would do. So, all right, so we hit 3,000 subs. We've hit coffee. All right, I tell you what. Yesterday I spent, and if you were on the live last night, I spent about an hour and a half to 2 hours in the attic yesterday, and it was absolutely brutal and horrible. We had in our master bathroom, they call it the water closet. Essentially, it's a small little room, you know, where it's partitioned off to where you got your toilet. Technically, by code, you have to have an exhaust fan, in there. Everybody calls it a fart fan. They do absolutely nothing to take any fart smell out. The fan had stopped working, and the damper in there had messed up, so it was letting warm air come back into the bathroom. So the ceiling was relatively warm, and then the cold air was hitting it. So my wife told me the other day when I got in from the festival, she was like, "Hey, it's raining in there." And I'm like, what are you talking about? This is like 10 o'clock at night. I come in from the festival, tired as could be. I'm like, what's going on? So I go in there and look, and there's condensation on the ceiling, and it's dripping down the walls. And I'm like, we need to get this cleaned up. So we wipe everything down, all that, get it cleaned up. And I'm like, that's what it's got to be. And you could feel around, you could feel warm air coming out of the fan. I'm like, we'll fix this thing. Really, that fan's not doing anything. So I'm like, we're going to take the stupid fan out. Then we won't have to worry about any kind of warm air coming in and doing condensation. I said, if you're fine not having a fan, she's like, I don't care. She's like, as long as there's a light in there, I'm good. So I went up in the attic, took the fan loose, took the vent out and everything, got the can light, got everything wired back in, ready to go. Put a drywall patch in there, put the insulation back, and we're going to be set and ready to go. That all I got to do is patch the drywall now, because there's like a 9-inch by 9-inch patch that we had to put on there, and I got the first coat of drywall mud on it. When I get done with this epoxy floor this morning, I'm going to run in, sand it, put another coat on. We can probably get it with 2 coats and make it look nice. Stick a coat of paint on it, and stick the can in there, and then be set and ready to go, and won't have to worry about that crap again. Stray kitten. Keep a container of damp red in the bathrooms. Yes. And part of the problem is it is so humid, and with the dew point and the humidity, it's just like, I mean, these air conditioners are having a hard time keeping up and keeping the humidity out of the houses. So, I mean, they're just running nonstop. It probably wouldn't hurt. I'm in the basement, and I'd have to look and see what the humidity is in the basement. But if it gets real bad, we've got a dehumidifier that we will run in the basement. We don't run it a whole lot, but every now and then we will. And I've got a temperature and a humidity sensor down here in the basement. And I glance at it every now and then. If it gets too high, I'm like, let's turn the dehumidifier on for a day or two. And Bill, I'm still moving gingerly this morning. My sciatic is still killing me this morning. And I can't mow the yard again today. Shucks. Yeah. I'm going to have to hit mine sometime. So I might hit it Saturday or something like that. We've got Sunday is going to be smoking busy. So I'll probably have to do it on Saturday, honestly, because we got Sunday, head to church. Then I've got a meeting at church at 3:00, and it'll probably last an hour or two. So then right after that, we're going to skip up to my mom's house, and we're going to do Sunday dinner at my mom's house and go swimming. So Sunday's pretty well booked. If I'm going to do anything, it's going to have to be like super early in the morning, because we go to church. We go to church at 9:30 is when we catch Sunday school. So if I get up super early, I can have an hour or so to do something. Jason Jennings, good morning to you. Thanks for being in here. And then Michael is on light duty, blew my knee out. Ooh, that just makes me cringe thinking about blowing knees out and all that stuff. Greg mowed yesterday, and apparently it was super hot. Yes. Bill, I'm going to be stuck in bed a little while for a couple more hours so I can at least walk comfortably. Hey, I know how that goes. Sometimes it's my sciatic nerve will mess up sometimes, and I'm just like, this sucks. So, Andrew Massey, good morning from Middle Tennessee. Andrew, good morning. Glad to have you in here. All right, I was sitting here. I was reading a couple things this morning on a website. I was just glancing through some stuff, and it was talking about some items And I got to thinking, and it had like some stuff like zip ties and stuff like that. And I'm like, and I'm thinking, I'm just reading through this list, and I'm like, I've got all that stuff, all that stuff in my truck. And of course, granted, uh, I'm a contractor, so I keep all kinds of tools and crap like that and stuff like that in there. Cindy, good morning from South Dakota. How are you? Thanks for being in here. So, okay, I keep a ton of different things in my truck. I mean, of course, I keep everything from screws and nuts and bolts to all my power tools and stuff like that and everything. But I was looking and I'm like, I've got all that stuff in my truck, and we used most of this stuff at the festival. Like, just, I mean, some of the stuff is kind of off the wall. So, I mean, like stuff that, and I kind of did this thanks to having your vehicle. We're not going to get down in the weeds of, you've got to have in your vehicle, you've got to have, your AR-15 with 1,000 rounds of ammo and all this other stuff. And you've got to have your plate carrier and all this. This is like everyday kind of crap, stuff that comes in handy that you can use. And I started thinking, I'm like, and we used a lot of this stuff setting up for the festival. So it was like, hey, somebody would come up to me and be like, hey, do we have some of this in the truck? And I'm like, yeah, go down there. It's in my toolbox, or here, I grabbed this out of the toolbox. It's here. And some of the big stuff like that we used for setting up for the festival. Of course, I knew we were going to set up the signs with the banners, so we needed screws for that. I already had that in the truck. I had my Milwaukee drills. So that was kind of off the wall. I don't think you necessarily need to carry around a whole big thing of screws and Milwaukee drills and everything else all the time with you. But if you do, hey, more power to you. You could use that stuff a lot. But a lot of the stuff we used the crap out of zip ties. I mean, all those banners, we were zip tying those things up. We also used 550 cord. I mean, we used, I think, 2 rolls of 550 cord, hanging some of the banners, putting stuff like that up and everything. It's amazing stuff. So zip ties, 550 cord, tape, any kind of tape, duct tape, painter's tape. We use painter's tape to mark off the booths up on the concourse. So, I mean, that came in super handy. If you're going to keep it in your vehicle, you're probably better off to get some duct tape, because painter's tape, yes, painter's tape you can use for a few things, but duct tape can pretty much fix anything. And if you can't fix it with duct tape, you probably need to buy a new one, honestly. So, duct tape, small miscellaneous hand tools. People were always needing like a screwdriver, a pair of wire cutters, something like that. So, getting stuff like that in your truck. Keep some small, like a small socket set, something like that, and screwdrivers and some wire cutters, lineman's pliers. I tell you, lineman's pliers are just amazing. You can do so much stuff with a pair of lineman's pliers. I keep in the door of my truck, I keep a pair of lineman's pliers all the time. And just because they're so handy, not even for my work, but just grabbing those things. And there's a bunch of stuff you can do with a good pair of lineman's pliers. I think mine are Klein's. And Miss Sharon, I use zip ties and bungee cords on the daily, exactly. And yeah, Greg, I'm getting there. Greg is way ahead of me. Gloves and a first aid kit. Yes, exactly. Gloves, I keep, I'm not a huge fan of leather gloves. I wear leather gloves sometimes. I wear the Milwaukee cut resistant gloves. They're like a level 1 cut resistant glove. I like those, and they fit nice and tight. They're cut resistant, and they're lightweight. I mean, for stuff I'm doing most of the time, they work out great. Barbed wire, they're not so good. If I'm messing with barbed wire, I'm gonna use leather gloves for sure. That or some mechanics gloves. But I probably got 4 or 5 pairs of the Milwaukee gloves in the doors of the truck. Like each door has a pair of gloves in it, just where you can open up whatever door and grab it. First aid stuff. You don't have to keep, you don't have to have all the stuff like an ambulance, but bare minimum, what you need in your truck is like an IFAC, like what we've got behind me. Stuff that you're going to take care of, something that's going to kill you, within the next 5 minutes, kind of thing. Something you can stop the bleed with, tourniquet, gauze, chest seal, stuff that's going to kill you immediately. You need that in your truck. You don't need all the time everything that you're going to need. You don't have to carry the ambulance in the back seat. But if you do, if you want something bigger than an IFAC, get the vehicle medical bag. That thing has got everything. The vehicle medical bag will treat everything from a gunshot wound all the way up to your kid having scraped up knees. Put a little Neosporin on it, put a Band-Aid on it, call it good. It's got OTC medicine in it. If you've got a headache and you need something, you've got heartburn, it's got stuff to take care of all that. So it's going to take care of gunshot wounds all the way up to little Susie scraping her knee and needing mom to put a Band-Aid on it, and then everything will be fine. So, yeah, keep some medical in your truck. We had medical sitting around there if somebody needed it. I don't know how many people ask me, they're like, I've got a headache. And it's like, here's some Advil, Tylenol, whatever. If somebody had heartburn, it's like, hey, the stuff's sitting in there. Go grab it, and we'll take care of it. I mean, heck, I was at Sherwin-Williams yesterday picking up epoxy, and Kim, the manager, she was like, I've got to run to the Dollar General. She's like, I've got a horrible headache. I'm like, you want some Excedrin? I was like, I keep a bottle of Excedrin in the truck. And she's like, you've got some? I was like, yeah. So I went and got her 2 Excedrin. And she was like, thanks so much. This saves me so much time. And Jason Jennings, you keep a roll of .032 wire in your toolbox? I keep, what is it? It's tie wire that we used to use in the concrete when I was doing tons of concrete. I don't know what size it is, but it was used tie wire to tie rebar together. I always keep a roll of that. And man, that stuff, you can do a lot of crap with it. That, or like your 14 gauge high tensile wire that they sell, just the plain old stuff like that. I keep it in there, but most of the time I've got a roll of tie wire, and that tie wire is, only so big. But it's got, I don't know how many feet it's got on there, but I've used that a bunch. And let me see. Miss Sharon, TSC is about the only place I can find gloves that fit. They finally got a leather palm gloves for kids, and they fit me perfect. Exactly. So, hey, I wear, most of the time on those Milwaukee gloves, I like to get a medium. And the mediums are hard to find because the mediums fit super tight, and it's a lot easier for me. I like them to when they fit super tight. But I can do the larges, but most of the time if I find mediums, I buy those things out because most of the time they won't have but 5 or 6 pairs at Home Depot, and I'm like, I'm just going to buy all that they got. And Greg, also like Propel and Liquid IV for cramps out and about. Yeah, we've got in our vehicle medical bags, we've got in a electrolyte replacement. It's electrolyte pills that you can take. They just dissolve. So you take those, it'll replace all your electrolytes in there. I keep Liquid IV in the truck, and I keep those. Most of the time I'll buy an assortment box. My favorite ones are the grape. If you have not tried grape Liquid IV, oh man, you are missing out. It tastes like stinking like grape Kool-Aid. I'm like, I could drink these things all the time, but you're really, I think Liquid IV says you're only supposed to drink like 1 a day. I've done 2 a day, depending on how much I've been outside and how much I've been outside and stuff like that, and how much I've been sweating. But typically I'll drink 1 a day and be good. And then Jacob, I keep a bottle of Motrin in the center console and saved me numerous times. Yeah, exactly. I keep, typically in the glove box, I'll keep a thing of Excedrin, and I'll keep a thing of Aleve in there. And I go to those things quite often sometimes. And Bill, a 1/4 teaspoon of apple cider vinegar works wonders for heartburn. Yes. And I tell you what, I have, peppermint oil will take heartburn away for sure. So I had heartburn, and it was it was not the last festival, but the festival before that, I had horrible heartburn. I don't know what it was. And I had heartburn in there, and one of the girls gave me peppermint oil, and man, it took it away like that. I was like, holy crap, I need some of that. Let's see. R. Moody. Friday morning was going good. Walked into a room of an old house. Somebody tore out the wires. There was a bare wire touching the hot lug. Not yet touched back of the panel. Holy man, watch out for electric. That stuff will smoke you if you don't watch it. My wife, every time I do electric work, my wife is like, I don't want to be around. She is scared of electric stuff. She's like, I don't want to mess with it. Don't want to watch you doing it. I tell you, every house I've lived in, I wired, so I know my way around electric and electric panels. But you've got to watch on electric stuff. If you don't know what you're doing, you can get zapped. Now, I will not work on electric stuff. Like with my business, I'm not a licensed contractor, so I have to watch what I do on people's houses. So most of the time I get the electrician to come out and do it. Man, that boy works on live stuff all the time. He'll be switching a plug or a switch out and everything's live. And I'm like, man, you're good. And I was like, I could probably do it, but I just don't want to get shocked and take the chance. I've been shocked a bunch and I hate it. It just absolutely sucks. So shut the breakers off. He's a better guy than I am. And let me see. Yeah, the Liberty Pop IV is good. So I ran out of those. I've got this orange, whatever it's an orange dreamsicle kind of thing. It's pretty good. I'm not going to fuss about it. All right, Miss Sharon, does the heat not mess up tapes and stuff in your medical kit in the truck? After a while, the tapes they'll get a little bit stickier, almost where they kind of stick to themselves a little bit. But I tell you, I've not had a problem with it with the medical tapes, and I tell you, I've not had a problem with it with duct tapes. I keep duct tape in my toolbox and in the truck because we're constantly using duct tape and constantly using the painter's tape. And I've not had a problem with those. I've had them set in the truck, and everything's been fine with it. I've got tape in there now that's been in there 6 or 7 months, and because we'll buy in bulk and just keep it in the truck. And I can pull it out. Everything's fine and hadn't had any problems with it. Sometimes the medical tape will get a little bit stickier and hard to pull off. But, I mean, medical tape, honestly, medical tape is cheap. It's dirt cheap for the medical tape. So you could always change it out every now and then. And let me see. I'm getting a text message about something I might need to look. All right. No, I don't need to look at that. All right. Let me see. Yeah, Miss Sharon, you can't see, hear, or smell electric. Not a fan. Yeah. Well, you can smell electric after you get zapped and like Bill's saying, get your afro. You can see it after you get your afro. And Chantel, being a nurse, I carry a large purse. If you need something, I probably have it. Exactly. I mean, that's the thing. My wife keeps a vehicle medical bag in her. She's got a 4Runner. She keeps one in the back, and we modified it just a little bit from what you see back here and added a few extra things that she wanted on it. But I mean, we've used that thing at the ball field all the time. I mean, we'll take it a lot of times up there when we're playing ball, and if a kid needs, a boo-boo or something like that, or somebody's, got heartburn, something like that, a headache, we'll go with it and use it. We use that stuff all the time. I've got the bag in my truck. I need to build my vehicle medical bag. I've got and I've had this for years in my truck. It's one of the crossbody bags. I've got it, but it's got pretty much everything that our vehicle medical bags have in there. But I built that kit before we were selling and doing any kits and medical stuff. But it's got just loads of stuff in there. I use it all the time. I mean, Band-Aids. Band-Aids are the biggest thing that I use out of there. So I'll use a Band-Aid. I'll use Band-Aids 2 or 3 times a week just for stupid little cuts on your finger and stuff like that. no life-threatening injuries yet, knock on wood. So, and then Jacob, it's a good idea to check items that haven't been used in a while and replace them if needed. Exactly. It's, go through that thing once a year, see what happens, see if your medical tape is still good, see if your Band-Aids, I've had Band-Aids in my glove compartment. The truck I've got now, I think I've had it for 4 years now, and I've had Band-Aids in that truck for 4 years, and those Band-Aids will still stick and be perfectly fine. So a lot of people are like, oh my gosh, I can't keep Band-Aids. They go bad in the truck. I've had Band-Aids in my truck for 4 years. Everything is perfectly fine with those and hadn't had a problem with it. Let me see. Stray Kitten. I like getting shocked. I've never done electric work, but like plugging something in with wet hands. All right. I don't like getting shocked. I don't like doing it. It's no fun. I've been shocked multiple times working on stuff, and it's always like, this was not a super fun time. So, let me see. I use shop towels and duct tape for Band-Aids when I'm out working. Hey, I've done it. I've used electric tape a bunch. So, electric tape has saved my butt numerous times. And then Greg, the cloth ones never fail. Yes, I like the cloth Band-Aids too, and I'm pretty sure that's what we carry is all the cloth Band-Aids. I just like those a lot better and never had a problem with them. And Stray Kitten, it's fun. I'm going to take your word on that. I'm not going to go get shocked again just to see how fun it is. Yes, someone thought those electricians are coming in to try and fix the electrician for 40 years. But I'm putting a meter to get this wire off. I've got hot gloves and shields. Exactly. Oh, yeah. So, and I kind of thought of a few other things that we used. Well, another thing that we used was your small battery banks, that are about the size of a phone. We used the snot out of those when we were recording. I could take one of those small battery banks, plug it into my iPad or plug it into Shelly's iPad and charge that iPad while we were filming everything, which was super nice to have. Keep one of those battery banks in your truck with the cables that you need for everything. Extra chargers in your vehicle, keep that in there. Keep an extra. I mean, people live and die by their phones now. So keep an extra charger in there in your vehicle. And then some of the stuff that I kind of went through that would be handy to keep in your vehicle and not necessarily for a prepping aspect, but just every day-to-day stuff. You're looking, I said the battery bank, and we've hit a bunch of this, OTC medicines, headache, heartburn, diarrhea, all that kind of stuff. Keep some stuff in there for that. Your medical, we went on the medical stuff. You might want to keep a water filter in there. We've got the Pure Bag water filters that you can get. You can get the Pure Bag water filters. You can actually get the bag filters, or you can get like their Pure Bag Mini. You can use it. You can use that thing on the go. So maybe a water filter. I always keep extra water and drinks. I drink, what is it? Body Armor. I drink Body Armor a lot. So I always keep a case of those in the truck. And I usually keep at least like half a case of water in the truck. Keep that kind of stuff because we're always working. I'm always grabbing the drinks, trying to stay hydrated. Keep that stuff in there. Radios. Radios are another thing. I don't have any radios behind me. I've got to soon. We're going to set right over here is going to be the radio desk. I've got to find a desk that I want to use for my base station radios, and I've got to get new antennas run. So pretty soon I'll have that kind of stuff set up. But keep mobile radios. Some of your bow things, keep a couple of those in the truck just in case you need it for something. Jumper cables, that's kind of self-explanatory. There's jumper cables in my truck. I've used them numerous times. Jump starting equipment or jump starting somebody in a parking lot that needs it. And I keep extra change of clothes. I keep everything from socks, underwear, long pants, t-shirt, and a long sleeve shirt in my truck, and I've had to use those numerous times over the years. You got to crawl. With me, it's a little different. You got to crawl in somebody's crawl space, and you want to change clothes after that because you get nasty, or just anything. I mean, you could get caught out in the pouring rain in the middle of the day, something like that, and you're just like, I am absolutely soaking wet. I want to change my clothes. That's cool. Change your clothes in the car, and then you've got a nice dry pair of clothes. And to go along with that, have a towel with you. There's always like a beach towel there's always a beach towel in my truck that I can use for whatever. We actually used the beach towel to dry up on that floor the other day. We had some spots where some condensation had dropped on the floor. We needed to dry it, so we grabbed the beach towel and an extra t-shirt, soaked that up, and went on about our day. So keep a towel, keep a blanket in there, some kind of blanket. I know we don't really necessarily need a blanket right now because it's 90-something degrees, but especially in the wintertime, keep a blanket in your vehicle. My wife switches everything out. Once it starts getting cooler, she throws a couple blankets in the back seat of her car and keeps those in there. And it's just a good idea to have in there. And let me see, our Moody. Someone thought they were electricians. Yeah. Oh yeah. I love the best thing is it's like there's TikToks on there, and it's like it's showing all this messed up wiring, and it's like, well, now who wired your house? And the lady is like, my nephew Timmy wired this. And then the guy goes, he goes, when did his house burn down? And she goes, how did you know? And it's like, oh, I just know. Chantel, I need to learn about the radio. I missed the class at the festival. Chantel, we're going to have, and I'm working with Brian and Susan, we're going to have a radio class sometime this fall/winter. We got to get dates on it. But Brian and Susan do a really, really nice class on the radio stuff. We're going to see if we're going to do it a 1-day or a 2-day. So we're going to see about it and do it. This, when Brian and Susan have done it before, it's been a super hands-on class. They will spend part of the day in there doing like classroom stuff, showing how everything works, stuff like that. And then like the last half of the class, the last time we did it, the last half of the class was going out and actually using the radios. We set up a base station where we were at, and then the guys would go out in trucks and radio back, and we could see how far away we were going because they would tell us, where they're at, and we had it pulled up on the laptop with a map, and we were shooting distances, how far back, and we could tell them, hey, you're 3.2 miles straight line distance from where we're at, and it was pretty fun. And yes, Nathaniel, that class was more of a Q&A. They wanted to just be informative on it. And Nathaniel, we don't know right now how much and when. We're trying to decide on dates because we're floating around a bunch of different things that we've got planned and just figuring out exactly how we're going to do it. We're trying to decide if that's going to be a 1-day or a 2-day class. I really want it to be a 2-day class to where we can get a lot more hands-on stuff. And it's going to be here in Bowling Green somewhere. Because we've got, let me see, classes, and this is stuff that we're working on right now. Oh yeah, Nathaniel, we'll do it in the fall. We're not going to do it when it's 90. That's a no-go. But all right, classes we're working on right now. Well, we've got combat midwife for sure, October 25th. Yeah, October 25th. We've got that for sure. We're working on the land navigation class. Mike Adkins, we want Mike to teach a 2-day land nav class, so we're working on a spot for it. We just got to have the acreage. The biggest part is finding a nice, at least 100 acres where we can do the outside portion of that. We're working on another herbal class with Leslie from the School of Earth and All. Leslie's going to do a little bit more advanced. She's going to do a little bit more advanced herbal class. So we're working on a date with it, and then we're also working on a date with Brian and Susan on doing a radio class. And then we're probably going to mix up a little bit of medical stuff in there too. So I would like to get this to where we're doing one class a month, some kind of, a monthly training class, and do that. Most of it, we're probably going to have instructors come in, because I know a lot of the people that are experts in this, and we can get them to come in and teach a 1 day to a 2 day class. Also, once it gets cold this winter, we're going to do processing classes. Probably this fall, we'll do some chickens, do a chicken processing class here. I know we'll do a lamb class on how to process lambs. And then also we're going to be doing some pig processing classes. But that's going to be later down the road when we got some good cold weather. So, guys, I kind of covered everything I wanted to. And it just kind of fluffed out of, hey, let's cover some stuff that we used at the festival and that I use every day. That would be awesome stuff to keep in your truck. So I'm going to head out in just a moment. I appreciate every one of y'all being here. And now Mike is going to meet me over at the job I told him like 9:30ish. He's going to meet me. We're going to roll a coat of clear coat on and do a little touch-up spot in the basement and then bounce out. And I'm going to try to work inside the rest of the day. It's kind of my plan. So, guys, I appreciate y'all. I will be back on here Tuesday morning, 8 o'clock. And if you've got any questions, shoot me an email. Chantel, yes. Awesome that you're going to be doing more classes. Yeah, we plan on, I would like to do one a month. It might turn into one every other month. It just depends on the schedule. So we're going to try to turn it in, bring some people in to do a lot of classes and stuff like that. So kind of stay tuned. If you're not on the email list, go to the website, sign up for the email list. And then that way, once we announce a class, you'll get it in your email before anybody else will, unless I slip up and say it before we send the email out. Greg, I appreciate you hanging out with us. And y'all have a good day. And it's time to go sweat for a few hours outside. I appreciate it. And I will see y'all Tuesday morning. Y'all have a good weekend. Bye.